Most people aren't living a life they chose. They are living a life that just happened to them. A series of reactions to emails they didn't ask for and expectations they didn't set. We spend our days putting out fires, wondering why we feel exhausted yet unfulfilled. We feel like passengers in our own story, watching the years pass by while our true potential stays locked behind the noise. But a chaotic life is just a poorly drawn blueprint. It's not that you lack the talent or the time, it's that you lack the design. Structure isn't about restriction, it's about the freedom that comes from knowing exactly where you are going. Today, we tear up the old draft. We stop reacting and we start creating. It's time to step off the treadmill and onto the drawing board. Today, we design something better. Today, we design your life. Pillar 1, the foundation. In architecture, a structure is only as strong as the ground it sits on. If the ground is shaky, the most beautiful design will eventually crumble. Your morning is your ground. Most people start their day by reacting. They wake up and immediately hand their focus over to the world, checking emails, scrolling news, and answering demands they didn't set. They allow the world to flood their sight before they've even started building. This is living by accident. To design a life of peace, you must establish a no-fly zone. For the first 60 minutes of your day, the digital world is not invited. This is a sanctuary for your internal alignment. Use this hour to set the tone, not to get things done. 10 minutes of gentle movement to wake the body. 10 minutes of silence to steady the mind. 5 minutes to review your blueprint for the day ahead. You aren't being productive yet. You are being prepared. You are curing the concrete so it can hold the weight of your ambitions. When you protect your morning, you protect your peace. You don't enter the day as a victim of circumstances. You enter as the architect of your reality. You carry a shield of clarity that the world cannot easily pierce. You aren't guessing what needs to be done. You are simply executing the design you've already drawn. Remember, the noise of the world will wait for you, but your peace requires you to go first. Start with silence. Pillar 2, the framework. Now that the foundation is cured, the real construction begins. But in the modern world, we face a silent enemy, the illusion of busyness. Most people mistake movement for progress. They spend their best hours leaking energy through open tabs, notifications, and structural leaks, reacting to the urgent while the truly important work sits untouched. But the architect knows that a building doesn't rise from scattered efforts. It rises from density. We choose density over noise. To protect the integrity of your design, you must apply the rule of 3. Every morning, identify the one major project that moves the needle, your master stone, and 2 supporting tasks that provide the stability. Give your first 2 hours of work, your peak cognitive energy, to that master stone alone. No emails, no meetings, no shallow work. In these 2 hours, you aren't just working, you are forging the skeleton of your future. When you lay one brick at a time with total presence, the wall rises with a strength that multitasking can never achieve. Density creates its own momentum. When you narrow your focus, you broaden your impact. being a passenger to your to-do list and start becoming its commander. If a task isn't in today's blueprint, it doesn't get your time. By securing these intervals of deep work, you ensure that your life isn't just a collection of busy days, but a masterpiece of intentional years. Protect your framework. The quality of your build depends entirely on the quality of your focus. Pillar 3. Maintenance. You are an architect, not a machine. A building only stands the test of time if it is regularly maintained. The greatest mistake we make is trying to maintain the same level of intensity for 8 straight hours. That isn't discipline, it's a recipe for burnout. The reality is, your energy is not a flat line. It is a wave. Learn to pulse. Think of your day in cycles. After 2 hours of deep work, your structure needs a reset. Don't look at your phone. That isn't rest, that's just noise switching. True maintenance means stepping away. 5 minutes of movement, a moment of silence. Disconnecting from the digital to reconnect with the physical. A building only survives because it has room to breathe, and so do you. When you manage your energy, you ensure your quality never drops. You move from the chaos of getting things done to the mastery of doing things well. Maintenance isn't an interruption of your work, it is the reason you can sustain it. By honoring your internal rhythm, you ensure that you aren't just building for today, you're building something that lasts. Pillar 4. The roof. The evening shutdown is the seal on your daily structure. Most people carry the open loops of their day into their rest. Emails they didn't send, tasks they didn't finish, anxieties about tomorrow. They don't sleep, they just deactivate. But the architect knows that a house must be sealed to stay dry. Close your loops. Take 5 minutes to review your day. Acknowledge what was built. Write down your masterstone for tomorrow. When you put the plan on paper, you take the weight off your mind. This is the moment you stop being the worker and become the designer again. Once the plan is set, the day is closed. Your brain is a tool that needs to rest, not a server that needs to run all night. You cannot build a new tomorrow if you are still carrying the weight of today. Trust the design. Trust the process. And most importantly, trust that you have done enough. The site is closed. The build is secure. Pause here. Take a screenshot. This is your project manual for every day you build. If you are ready to stop living by accident and start building by design, subscribe to the MindShift Daily. We have a lot more to build.